Okay, welcome. This is going to be a small video demonstrating the Canon EOS 60D kit that I'm putting together for you guys. It's been a trusted partner of mine for a good number of events, and it's time to move on. So I'm going to be basically handling and demonstrating each one of these. In some cases where I have multiple of them, like the flash or the flash triggers, I'll probably only demonstrate one or two of them, but trust and believe all of them do work just fine. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so up on the table right now we have the Yongnuo YN560 Model 2 Speedlight. You're going to get 3 of these with the kit. The way they're laid out is basically you have your battery compartment door on the side here. It takes a standard 4 AA's. I have in there some in loops right now. One of the best batteries out there, I think, for photography. You have your infrared radar for speaking to other units, or receiving signals from other units, I should say. On the side here you have your port for an external battery pack and your sync cable to connect it to a remotely to a camera. It takes a standard hot shoe mount, and this pin layout is designed for the Canon model cameras only. Okay, no big deal telling you that. I'm selling it with the Canon camera. What's the big deal? All right, so on the back you have a couple of buttons to power it on and navigate the various menu selections. So right now we are in manual mode. I'm going to hit the mode button here and change it to slave 1, slave 2, multi, and then back to manual. As you can see here, it's at a quarter power. If you hit the left and right on this, you'll go up a full stop. If you hit down, you'll go up in incremental stops, as you can see that working. It also has the ability to zoom back and forth, and that's just basically taking the actual electronic flash unit and pushing it closer to or further away from the edge of the flash head, and that's applicable for certain photography techniques. Show you that it actually is on and working. There's a nice little flash for you. So that's one. Here's the second one, and we're just going to power it on and just flash you with that. And then the third. Let it sync. Oh wait, power's too high. I'd kill you if I did that one. And then there's that one. All right, again, you get 3 Yongnuo 560 Model 2 Speedlights to go along with the Canon 60D kit. Okay, on the table now I have one of the flash triggers. You should get about 6 of these, I believe, with the kit that I'm selling. These are meant to be replicas or similar functionality to that of a pocket wizard. Very useful item to basically get several flashes to go off at the same time when you don't have direct line of sight. They're designed to work off of radio signals, and this unit just speaks to the others. The way it's laid out is you have on the one side here a 1/4-inch screw, which allows you to mount it to a tripod, and then you have your standard hot shoe where the flash itself will sit in. Believe this is a USB cable for doing an upgrade firmware. A couple of other sync ports on the other sides here. Batteries, just standard 2 AAA batteries. I just put in some fresh Rayovacs in there. They will last a pretty long time. And on the front of it you have, very simply, your power switch and a few function buttons and a test button. So as I power this on, what you'll see is that this one is currently set up for channel 13, group B. There are two groupings that you can have your flash on, group A and group B. Channels is, goes up to, I think, 16 channels, so that you can basically be on a different frequency if you're not the only shooter at a particular event. And so you have a countdown here to show how many exposures or flashes that have taken place. And then you have whether this is in receive mode or remit mode. So is it the master or the slave? So this one is group B, channel 13, remit or master. I'll come over here and turn on the secondary one. Now the first thing you'll see is that we're in group B, so that's fine. That matches up with this. But channel needs to change, so I think that's just it's going down. Just pressing this will get you going up. So now that we're on channel 13, the only other problem is that this is in remit mode, so I want to change it to receive. So I hold function and I hit mode, and now it's in receive mode. So as I press this button, let's see, hold on. So this right now, if you can see it, if it focuses, it's at a count of 0. So if I hit the button here, it should increase. And you'll see this. So I'm at 3 now. So that's pretty much how it works, and that's kind of boring. So we'll add a flash and show you how it works with the flash. So just tighten that down, power it on. Now, as you will see, this flash is in manual mode. You need them in manual mode in order for this to work. So I'm gonna flip it around this way, and I'm gonna put the button here, press it. Actually, I'm gonna set this like this so that you see that my hand is not actually pressing anything else except this, right? So that's basically how it works. And again, you'd have this screw here to mount it to the tripod, and it works out very well. So again, 6 of these will come with the kit. They're the iShoot flash triggers. Okay, up next we have the Canon battery grip. And as you can see by the name here, this is the OEM version. This is not a knockoff. This is the absolute one that Canon designed to go with the Canon 60D EOS model cameras. It will come with 2 battery trays, one to accept the LPE6 style batteries, and it takes 2 of them. Or you can use the AA battery tray, which I believe it's 6 of these. So 4 on the top and 2 on the bottom here. So each one just basically slides into the grip on the side, right, and locks in place. In order to make this fit into the actual camera, which I'll show in a second, you have to remove the battery door off of the camera, right? And that just has a nice little home on the side here. So when you slide this in, everything is still together. So I don't have enough batteries to really power this, so I'm going to use and demo it with 2 of the 4 LPE6 batteries that will come with the kit. So they just slide in like this, pop it in, lock, done. And as you slide this into the battery compartment, you turn this wheel here to lock the 1/4" screw onto the bottom. Don't worry, you have another 1/4" screw on the bottom of the actual battery unit so that you can then mount it to, say, a tripod. This is excellent, of course, to give you vertical controls when you're doing your portrait style shooting. You'll have your little jog wheel here, your trigger, your shutter button here, and it also has an on-off so that you can conserve the battery power. Okay, so I'm going to show this mounting to the camera, and then we'll get some better ideas. Okay, so as I indicated, there's the battery door removed. It basically just opens and pops out, nothing big. To get this to assemble, I'll hold it like this, right? All you're doing is sliding this into the battery door. And then once it's that far, you just start to lock it into place. And there, super tight. Everything's good. So you power that on first, and open this up, and I think I can do this. And then you, all right. So I'm gonna try and show you this upside down. Do my very best here. So let's see, if I hit menu, see, that's without glare, and I go to battery info and hit set, you'll see both batteries are registered as LPE6s. Again, these are not the standard, I shouldn't say standard, these are not Canon OEM batteries. These are knockoffs designed to work with Canon. Sometimes the chemistry in here or the electronics don't fool the Canon camera, and some batteries won't work. They won't work as long. So please be aware of that. If you can, go ahead and spend the money to buy actual Canon OEM batteries. But what I'm giving you is working in the camera just fine, and powers on and shows you, I think right in there, same thing. So that's going to be the battery grip that comes with the Canon EOS 60D Advanced Kit. On the table now is the Canon EOS 60D camera. I have the battery door removed, basically demonstrate that the camera itself is functioning just fine. I have in here, and will be included with the sale of the kit, a simple, hey, get in focus you, a simple 32 gig SanDisk memory card. By all means, get a better one. But this will work just fine, and I have used it for actual events. It writes to this pretty decently. Let's see, so in the beginning, let's go with press down on this button here to rotate into your different modes. Obviously there's the power button there. On the top you have your LCD screen that will show you various information about what mode the camera's in, and of course you have your articulating LCD panel. This is not touchscreen, but it is super useful. We're going to leave it in that mode for right now, and I'm going to do my best to try and navigate all of this upside down. So we're going to start with formatting the card that's in there. So I'm going to just press set and then move this over to OK, hit set again. Now the card is formatted. I hit menu to jump out of that, and I'm just going to take a quick picture of what's on the table here. Actually, let's do that in, well, it's going to be a somewhat blurry picture, but let's hit the playback button, and let's see here. Boy, upside down, this is difficult. Hit zoom, and there you can see that it worked just fine. With it in zoom mode, a couple more presses will actually get that glare out of there. There we go. Right? So, and that's also, this is also using the lens that will come with the unit, which is the EFS 17 to 55 millimeter, which has built-in capability for autofocus as well as image stabilization. You can turn those off at the lens itself. Let's see here, what else on the camera? Oh, video mode. Okay, so for video mode, you basically are just pressing this button here, takes it and puts it into live video mode, preview, and then you press it again to, actually that turned it off, I'm sorry. Press it to get into video mode, press the shutter button to start recording, right? How does that work? Oh, I know what's wrong. Oh boy, I tell you sometimes. So how about we put it in video mode over here? So there's a picture of a little camera. So I think it has to be there. And now if I were to press this button, it starts to record as indicated by the red dot in the top corner. I tell you. So I have an EOS R, as I think I indicated in the write-up for the eBay listing, and the EOS R works a little differently, and so some of this stuff, yeah, it just throws me. All right, so it's, as you can see now, because it's recording, it's writing to the card. That's what this indication is. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop on the recording, and then as you can tell, as you see here, it already finished writing that to the memory card. Now I think the setting for video I have just now is, yeah, the setting for video is basically standard HD. So that wasn't too bad to capture standard HD at 29.97 frames per second and then write it to that video card. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and assemble a flash and show you that the hot shoe is fine, works just well. I'm gonna power on the flash. Okay, I'm gonna kind of do this sideways, and I gotta take it and put it back into manual mode. There. Let's see here. And that's with me pressing this button here, the shutter button. Yeah, so again, that's just showing you that the flash works with the unit. Yeah, everything I sell pretty much, I've already tested it. I take very good care of all my items. This lens is still selling for $800 at the Canon website. This camera is still selling refurbished as part of a kit from Canon for $1,200, I believe it is. So me releasing it on eBay for the price that I'm doing it, it's a steal. And trust me, it does work. So hopefully you like it. Hopefully you'll find an interest in placing a bid. Good luck. Have a great day.